Hey, Fragrance family, I'm Daver.
And I'm George.
And we're the Fragrance Bros.
We're the Fragrance Bros.
Coming at you again with special guest host George from Fragrance Apprentice. How are you doing, George?
I'm regretting buying this shirt now. I'm still wearing it.
And today we're reviewing Boss Bottled Oud by Hugo Boss. All right, so let's go ahead and get straight to it. Date introduced is 2015. It's classified as an Oriental Woody. Notes are citrus, apple, saffron, clove, cinnamon, labdanum, oud, sandalwood, and cipriola. Now, George, what do you get out of longevity out of this?
I want this to be beast mode. I want it to go for it. For real. Like, I was like, come on, buddy. You can do it. But no, I got like, I get above average at best. I get
really
8 hours.
Now, I get excellent. To me, it lasts 10 hours on me pretty consistently. But it does not go beast mode. It does not go beast mode. And I was expecting it to. Especially whenever you first spray it on, I'm like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so loud.
Yeah.
And it lasts a long time on me, but not quite as beast mode as I was expecting. No. What about projection?
Again, like, it's just a tease. You put it on, and you're like, oh, the volume's turning up. You know, it starts hulking up, and everything like that, grabbing the ring ropes, Ultimate Warrior style. And I'm like, here we go. And
yeah,
boom.
brother.
Yeah, brother, right? Completely boom, right? And I'm like, here we go. And then after about 5 hours, just down. And it becomes a skin scent. I'd say it's really good. And then after 4 or 5 hours, super disappointing on my skin.
Yeah, I agree. But I would say on me, it's really loud for that.
Really?
For those few hours.
Yeah,
like really loud.
Those first
so
few
much
hours,
so.
man.
It offends my wife loud. I would say it's in the excellent range. It's not quite beastly,
no,
but it is still pretty loud.
Yep.
So, which I expected at least that for this type of fragrance. Season, I would say this is great for winter. I think it could work for the fall as well.
Yep.
And I think this is best for nighttime.
Yeah, well, this was on my super duper artsy pretentious top 10 fall list. So you know that it's good for fall. You know, and I was having trouble with this in winter though. I was having a bit of difficulty with it in winter, and when it got really cold, it couldn't really put up a fight.
Purpose, I think this is best in a formal situation. I think this probably could work casually in very cold weather for me personally, but I think this mostly is a formal scent.
Well, that's kind of odd because for me, I was wearing this so consistently casually in the fall, and now it's starting to warm up in the spring. Again, it's become a serious like dumb reach for me. I think it's probably because I had weirder fragrances, and weird fragrances equal formal fragrances, and I had like in my collection Keist and Espresso Royale. So in comparison, this was tame, you know. So super casual. And things like dates and even social settings, this is really pleasant.
So, George, what does this remind you of?
Okay, now you did your rant on Hugo Boss Bottled. I have got to go to town with this one. I love this. I love this so much. I love this for so many reasons. Right, I'll tell you what it reminds me of, David. It reminds me of Hugo Boss Bottled. Who'd have thunk it, right? An oud flanker that actually... I mean, this is going places, right? An oud flanker that reminds you of the fragrance that it's a flanker to. Right?
Yeah.
You smell frickin'... I've got Versace Oud Noir. It's Tom Ford's Oud Wood. It's got nothing to do with Versace Man. Gucci's Oud has got nothing really to do with the original Gucci. But the thing that I love, and I cannot emphasize this enough, this takes the elements of Hugo Boss Bottled and uses it to perfection. Right? Who would have thought that cinnamon and green apple goes so well with like an oudy woody fragrance? Now, bear in mind, this is not the most genuine oud. It's clearly synthetic. It's made in laboratory, but it's a really good attempt. And it's a really passable, really serviceable, enjoyable oud smell. But it just goes so well with that apple, that crunchy apple, And oh my goodness, just so well done. And I'm so glad that finally a company has looked at their original fragrance and gone, okay, Oud's big, Oud's the moneymaker. How can we translate our original fragrance to the point where Oud complements it? So fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. I think they did a really good job with this one. I was really skeptical because, like you were saying, I mean, the Oud train has been steamrolling for years now.
Yeah.
A lot of companies have just not done justice with Oud.
No.
They've just really capitalized on it and just done a really sloppy job with it. This one's done really well. I think they really paid attention to not only their original fragrance and not only to Oud, but to Middle Eastern fragrances.
Yes.
And so I think they really did. This is a perfect Oud flanker in a lot of ways.
Yes, it is.
And I definitely get the connection with the original. When I first smelled it, I was like, wow, this totally works.
Yeah, I know.
This totally works.
Can you believe it?
Totally works.
Yeah.
And you would not think it would. And this is one of those flankers where I was really skeptical.
Yeah.
Because I did not think that it would work at all, and it is one of the best Oud flankers out there. So I definitely get the apple note in this more than the other ones. It's a really crisp apple.
Yeah.
It's not really loud,
No.
but it's definitely in there.
there.
You
It's
can smell it.
definitely there.
I get a lot of spice. I get clove, and I get like black pepper, not listed.
Yeah.
And I do get a little bit of cinnamon in there. I get kind of an Oud feel, and I also get dates, like the
Right.
food. And that to me also adds to
Yeah.
like the Middle Eastern type of feel.
I get that now.
Yeah, it's like almost like a syrupy quality in there that really goes well with everything
Yeah.
in there. I get the
Yeah.
saffron a lot as well.
Yeah.
The saffron with everything in there kind of adds a leathery quality in there that works really well.
Yeah, and not just that, but there's a lot of different things going on to the point where, like, when it gets to the point where you've added something that actually accentuates, like with you, the apple note. I do get the apple note with Boss Bottled, but this has actually helped kind of like uplift that tone, that note. So
Yeah.
we've actually added the oud. I mean, it's just so crazy, the idea of oud, cinnamon, and apple. But it really, I mean, like nobody would have probably thought that as an original idea. But when this actually came out, listen, I'm the same as you, and I think that maybe the shock value of it being so good probably helped. But
Yeah.
I remember I think I was in Debenhams, and I saw this freaking Oud Hugo Boss bottled, and I just rolled my eyes, like, oh, here we go again. You know, yet another flanker. And I sprayed it on the card, and I smelt it, and I went, what? Like, you've got to be kidding me. That's brilliant. That's just brilliant. You know, and it does have, for me at least, it has a genuine autumnal feel. Because with the apple, you know, you've got apple pie, you've got the cinnamon, and with the darker woods, you know, you've got the darker aesthetics of or the deeper aesthetics of autumn fall, like the leaves falling and things like that. So it's kind of pitch perfect. It isn't a completely perfect fragrance, but for what they wanted to do, and for what they wanted to achieve, and elevating Boss Bottled to the paradigm of Oud, I don't know. I could not ask for more. I couldn't ask for more, really.
So would you say that this screams fall?
Listen, that's trademarked to Jeremy.
You have to find like a British version of autumn. Autumn!
Autumn, chaps!
So George, what do you get out of compliments with this?
With compliments, pretty good actually. Pretty decent. You know, I wore this a lot. So, you know, the more you wear, the more you're likely to get compliments. But, you know, a lot of people said a lot of good things about this. But I did actually bring this into work, and people were kind of like a bit whatever because it's Hugo Boss bottled, but they did like it. But in general, kind of wearings just throughout like the fall and the winter, when I was going out, when I was seeing people, when I was going to like events and stuff, good positive response. So great compliments.
My wife hates this.
Yep.
That does not surprise me at all. She does
Nope.
not like this style of fragrance,
Nope.
for one, just as far as the scent goes. And
It's
then
fine.
also,
Yep.
too, she doesn't like really strong fragrances. So she did not like this at all. Other than that, I didn't really get many notices from it. To me, this is not really something that is like a people pleaser. So I don't think you're going to turn heads
Well,
and
that's
people are going to
the-
go, what is that?
Everybody's skin is different, but on my skin, it's like this sweet, woody, appley kind of smell. You know, so it's actually quite pleasant on me, and people reacted to that very well. So I don't know what to tell you, Dave.
Bang for buck, this is still pretty new, and the cheapest I have seen it is just under $70 for
Yeah.
100 mil. But usually it's more than that. Usually I've seen it for $80, $90 still. So still pretty new, so maybe a year from now it'll go down more. The other flankers from Boss Bottled are a lot less than this. I think this is one of the best from the Boss Bottled line. So value, not necessarily as good, but still very good.
The 50, I think, was £55. You know, and you know, considering that a Chanel at the time was like 67, 100 mil, it was pretty steep when I got it last year in the summer. But it's still, for what it is, it's good. It's a good value for money. I personally think, I don't know, I think that there would be an argument to say that this is the best fragrance that Hugo Boss has ever made.
Wow, okay.
I do prefer it over the original.
So that brings me to the final remarks. What do you rate this?
This one is difficult. I want to give it a 5-star rating. So my gut instinct is to say there are some things wrong with it. The performance is weird and spotty and not really what you want. And I can understand that the syntheticness can be cloying and it can be a bit irritating. So I'm going to give this a very, very comfortable and totally solid 4 out of 5.
I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 as well.
Yeah.
This is very, very good. Like I said, probably one of the best oud flankers for a designer scent out there.
I mean, it's definitely, yeah.
It is really, really good. It works really well with Boss Bottled. It is a very big surprise.
Yeah.
And it is just overall just a good scent.
It's all up here from here, Dava. We've got Boss Bottled Sport to go, Boss Bottled Nuit, Boss Bottled Unlimited, and what's the new one?
Boss Bottled Tonic coming soon. So that's all we have. Let us know if you tried Boss Bottled Oud down in the comments down below. Do you like it, love it, hate it? Let us know. And of course, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below. We'll love you for it. We'll see you next time. I'll have a link down below to George's channel where you can go and check him out as well. We'll see you next time. We're the Fragrance Brothers. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to check out my other channel, Beast Made Reviews, where me and a friend review high quality products for men. You might like it. Go check it out.